So if you see the package.json, we have the start script. So I'm going to do npm start. We come to the code files. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 component folders and few component. This is data. This is all alpha call.js. Okay. This is an option to hide it. Now we have this ready, and what we want to do, our task is to show the current price, to get the current price and calculate the profit and loss. So this is my stocks component. This is my stocks component. So we have mystock.js. In mystock.js, we have state, which is current value, and then we have a create mystock alias. In this create mystock alias, we are iterating over the stocks which are coming from the props. So basically, we have stock wrapper, which is calling my stocks and add stocks. So my stocks is getting the stocks, and we go to the my stocks. In my stocks, we are getting stocks in the props. Now, after getting the stocks in the props, we are creating an array of React elements and pushing them in this array stock alias. Okay. Now we have the stock alias ready. So this function create my stock alias is returning an array of React elements. Now we have handled it. We'll just look at it later on. We have getCurrentPrice, which we need to work on, and we have this dot my create stock alias. So one of the issues that we were facing is that this my create my stock alias was getting called multiple times, and we had the constraint that our APIs can be called only 5 times in a minute. So one optimization that we should do is move this code. So this create my stock alias is returning us an array of React elements. So instead of calling it here, because if we call it here, so what happens whenever there is change in any React state or any React props, this render function will be called again, and when the render function gets called again, so this create my stock alias will be called again. So in order to optimize this, what we'll do, we'll just move it out from here, okay? And let us say alias here, just for the sake. Let us say this dot alias, okay? And move this to, we can simply say that like this also, alias is equal to this dot create my stock alias. This will also work. Now our second concern is, let's see, we'll optimize on the go. Okay. Create my stock alias is not a function. It is a function. Okay. And we are not getting the stock list, which you were getting previously. Okay, my stock alias is not getting. So maybe we need to work on, we need to get things fixed. What is happening where we are going wrong? Okay. So let's put a debugger here. We did this to optimize it, but maybe we missed something which we should not miss. So let's just put a debugger and we'll figure out what we missed. Okay. Is it visible, Vishal?
Yes, sir. Very good.
Okay. Now, do we have stocks in the props? We don't have. Okay. So this is the problem actually. So this gets called only once. And when we have, in the second iteration, when we have stocks in the props, then it does not get called. Then does not get called, and we don't have it again. Okay. So in order to fix this, we'll call it in the component did mount. Okay. So we'll create a component did mount here and call that alias is equal to create alias inside that. In the function, we write this dot, and if we write inside the class, then we write simply. So this is the difference. We still don't have it multiple times. So if we say component did update, now we have stocks. It will get up. So no, we are seeing how many times this gets called now. So it's already called 2 times, and we have 3 stocks in the my stock list. So it should be called one more time. Okay, and this is for see what is in. So I've added that value to the watch, and if we see what is the value, we are not. I just move it to watch. Not available right now. Okay. This dot text is not a function. This dot text is not a function. We are getting response directly as the text. I know 63. Okay, we don't need to, we have already done this actually here, so we don't need to do it here. So that is a mistake, we'll fix that mistake. So whenever we fetch some data using fetch, then we have to call parser in the first promise, and in the second promise, then we'll have the data. So it is required here. And now when we have the response, we don't need to call dot text again. We can simply have response dot split. Response will be, we don't need to call have data also. We just take response directly have the content. We don't need data as well. Okay? So we'll fix this. Now create my stock alias is called, and who is calling this? We go to the call stack. Component did update is calling it. Okay, it's called once. Then it calls get current price. Just so it calls get current price, and of which stock. For Amazon stock, get the current price. Then get the current price for DIS, and we just have 2 stocks in our stock, so we just called get current price for 2 stocks. Now we have the response for the Amazon first, so let's move it down. Okay, there is something which happened. We went from the response to this function, create my stock alias. Why did we go back to create my stock alias? Who called that function again? Because we had the state change. So because we had the state change, the component updated, and because the component got updated, we had this function called again create my stock alias, and then we are again in the get current price for Amazon. Okay, so this is happening. Okay, so we need to make sure that we are not calling this get current price again and again until and unless we means we purposefully need it. We should not call it again and again. That's what we want to make sure. And for that purpose only we moved it from the render function to component date update, but still it's not solving our problem. It's not solving our use case. So what we'll do some means so that it does not get called again and again. Okay. So Rishabh, are you with me? Are you understanding the flow? Whatever I'm
Yes,
saying.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm with you.
Okay. Now, so let's move again. So we are getting current price of Amazon. What is the symbol? Amazon. Okay. What is the stock key DIS? We are getting DIS for get current price for DIS again. So this is what we want to start actually. Now we have two stocks in the stock alliance. So now again we are calculating that response, and it will again go and update the state, I guess, so that it will be. I think we have caught up in the infinite loop. Let's see. Yes, we are kind of in the infinite loop. Okay. So now let's think over and then we'll write. We'll not write something any previous code. Okay. One more thing, what I generally do is I create a small component, what we say representational component for this. You say table, this one. I can just cut it, okay, and I can create a my stock header, Control N, Control S, my stocks header .js, import React from React, and const my stocks header is equal to props return. Okay, export default my stocks header, and I'll just import it here. My stocks header it should have been auto imported actually. Okay. So I press Control space to get the auto import. Okay, now we have the my stocks header here, and what we are getting is we don't want to call this function get create alias again and again. So what is we know in what we say in the function component we do have use effect which gets called only conditionally, and we want get current price to be called again only in some cases. And what is that case? uh, get current price should get called only if there is change in the stocks. Okay. Okay. Let's do something. Okay. So we'll not calculate it directly. What we'll do, instead of doing stock alias dot push, what I'll do, I'll create one more array here. Okay. Const my stock array is equal to empty, and in this case I'll push my stock array dot push stock. Now I have this. Now I will create this from the state. Should component update. There is a function should component update, and we want it to update only if the number of my stock changes. Yes, that's okay. Now let's go slowly. Stock alias dot push. Can I remove? Can I make it out? Bring it. This dot handle delete, so I cannot move this. What I was thinking is I was thinking to move this code also to a new component, and I'll not do it because it requires this. Oh, I can do it also, I guess. Yes, I can do that. Let's move it to a new component. So we'll call it my stock row. Okay.
But then you have to pass the function as a prop.
Yes, we'll pass it. That is okay, no, but it will reduce this file at least.
Yeah.
Okay. So new file, control S, my stock row. Yes. Don't have something like yes. Import React from React. Const my stock row equal to props. Return. I will have const and what will say I call it remove stock. Remove my stock. Or stop tracking basically. Anyway, we'll just rename it later. Okay, it's equal to props. And my stock row, I'll call it here. Just let me export it. Export default, my stock row. Now I search here my stock row. So it got auto imported. I'll pass it two things. What is the first thing it needs? It needs stock, okay, which will be stock. I have stock with me, and second thing will be remove stock. Remove my stock, which will be this function. And there is one more function, this current price, get current price. So if I get the stock, I can call get current price. And what is the logic inside get current price? Let's see. What does get current price do? Get current price just makes an API call for that symbol, and that's all. It just makes an API call for a symbol. Okay. So I think we can move this code also to that component. My stock row. Okay. So move it here. So here in functional component we don't have we have to write the variables because this is a function, so we write variables inside function. In class we write member variables directly, but in function we write the variables using const or let file, whatever. Okay, so this will be get current price directly because it is defined just above. Okay, now when do we want to call this get current price? We just want it to be called, we actually the current price will never change for a stock because it is constant for a day. Okay, so we never want the current price to be called again and again. Okay, so let's see if we have any problem over there. Now the fetch is good. We don't have this dot set state. So the current value, what was current value referring to? Current value was referring to the current price of the stock, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. And current value, and where we were using that current value, we didn't use it. We wanted to we wanted to derive that, right?
Yeah, first we have to get that and then push it in the 3D.
Basically,
The table.
we wanted to show that current price here, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Good. So we'll make an API call, and after we make an API call, I don't need to set state now. I'll just move it out. Okay. I'll move this out. I just have my current price, const current price is equal to, I don't need this. I don't need this. Just remove this. Let us create a state for this. Const current price set price react.use state 0, and I just set it here. Now just completed here. This then gets complete here. I need to complete that function and catch. Need to remove this debugger. This is, so what is the error now? I don't need the semicolon. Okay. Now one more thing. So we had created a constant file, I guess. Firebase. Yes, we have created a constant file. So we'll write one more function here, export const get stock API, get stock price API. Okay, it will accept the stock symbol. Yes, that's all. Symbol. Okay, and it will give us the API. And what is that API? This API is this one. Command X, put it Control V. We have API key directly here. We don't need to import it. Okay, and MSFT. This is actually our symbol that is coming to us. That's all. So get stock price API. So say get stock price API. I'll pass it symbol. Okay. So I have stock level as well and 5CF. So I don't need this constant here. And I will simply say current price here. Okay. Now this is what we need to calculate the profit. We'll come to that. First we'll move this because there is no this here. There is this, but there is no this dot props. Now remove stock is we are going to call remove stock here. On click remove stock. Okay. Good. Now when do we want to call the get current price? We just want to call, we just want it to be called only once, no more. So we use the react dot use effect. Okay, it accepts a callback function. Okay, I'm writing that callback function. And inside that callback function, after that callback function, I'll pass empty array which says that it should be called only once when the component loads. So I'm calling get current price. Okay. And I need to pass. No, I don't need to pass. If it says, I'll pass it. So basically, sometimes I'm not sure, I'm not recalling it exactly, but it may, the compiler may warn us that you should pass get current price, but it is not warning us, that means it is fine. Okay. So whatever we use inside the use effect function, we need to pass it inside this array. Suppose I was using some variable here. Maybe if I were using current price here, and then I need to pass the current price here. Okay, but I'm not using any variable. So this is the static thing. I'm not using any dynamic variable, so I don't need to pass anything. Okay. Now what will happen whenever my stock row gets rendered, we get the symbol. We get no we yes we get the stock. So it is not yes, we get the stock and remove my stock. Let's come to my stock now. What is stock is the complete stock object, and this dot handle delete. We will take a look at it later. Let's close this component. The problem now our next task is my stock array dot push stock. So I'm creating my stock array dot push, and I'll just end this for loop. Okay, I have ended the for loop. Now that I have ended the for loop, what I'll do, I'll just say my stock array dot map. Okay, and I'll do this. So I'll get the stock, and I'll return this. And this will be my stock alias. Rishabh, if you are not clear on anything, just ask. Okay?
Yes, sir. Actually, I am currently studying the React hooks part, so I am just confused over that.
No, so you should ask actually this. See, you should not think that I will not explain. You should ask actually anything if you want any context or why you did that, did that, you should ask immediately. You should stop me in between.
Yes, sir. Till now, I am good. I have understood.
Okay.
Just after you complete everything, I will just go through it once from starting, like how the flow is working.
Okay. You actually till now also you are perfectly fine, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So we have stock alias in our. So we have stock alias and we are returning. Create my stock alias is returning that stock alias. Okay. So we have refactored a lot. Now, when will this my stock component update? We are not storing the current value in my stocks, so we don't need this state as of now. If we need something, we'll add. Okay. Handle delete is also related with the stock only, so we'll move it to the my stock row, I guess. Yes, it should go to my stock row. There is no need of handle delete here. Or we can put it here, because if we move it to the my stock row, it will create 5 instances of handle delete. But if we keep it here, it will just create 1 instance of handle delete. It is okay to put it here. Okay. So when my stock component loads, it gets the list of stocks as an array. So list of all the stocks, and we go through all the stocks. We go through all the stocks, and we segregate my stocks. And after segregating our stocks, we map and create an stock alias. Okay, and after creating the stock alias, we return the stock alias, and this stock alias should be, so it is, yes, it's okay now. Now we can call it, create my stock alias directly here. Let's do this. Yes. So when this gets called, it will go to my stock, and let's go to my stock row. My stock row, what will it do? My stock row will fetch the current price for each row and show the symbol name share by price current price profit. So let's comment this for now. Let's comment the profit row for now. Just say profit or zero. Okay. Let's see now. How does it look? Okay. So how is, okay, let's see, there is some error, I guess. What is the error showing? Call intelligence. We should use the key. Okay. So this is React error that keeps coming often. So how will we solve that error? We just add a key here. It's equal to stock dot symbol. Okay. So fix that thing.
Without key also it should work, I think.
Without key.
Yeah, without key. It shows an error, but actually it works.
It works, but it works actually. So see, I was doing something in my for my official work, and I did not put key. I just ignored that error, and there was a bug which was very difficult to understand. So it took me around it does not took me 4 to 5 hours. I just parked that bug for 1 week. That let's fix some other issues. This is one bug. So what was the bug? See, I'll tell you what was the bug. So I had to show some list of object details. Okay, and in showing that list of object details, what would happen when I click on, I had 5 object details to be shown, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I click on one object detail. What happens? It this and there was 2 tabs. Just like I have 2 tabs in network and elements. Network has 5 stock details. Elements has 0 stock details. What happens when I click on the first element in the network tab? It moves to the elements tab. Okay. So what would happen is it would move. Uh, like what would I'm not remembering actually what problem would occur to tell you exactly, but basically it would move. The new thing will appear in the elements tab, but it will not get removed from the networks tab. Yes, sorry. So what would happen is, suppose there are 5 in the network now. Okay, when I click on any of the five, one of the element will move with the elements. Okay, so only four will remain here and one will move here. So what would happen is, I clicked on some element that would not move, some other will move. So that element will still remain there. So this is why key is required, because whenever we create an array like this in React, the React actually uses key to determine which element to move out. So so if you see, there were two components, one for this tab and one for this tab, one for this tab and one for this tab. So React knew that it has five elements in this tab. So, and when I click on one element, it goes to that element goes to the new tab, and this component now has only four elements. Okay, so it will show the four elements, it will not show the five elements, but which four elements to show, it gets confused. So it shows wrong data. So therefore, it is important whenever we have an array, because I was having an array of four elements now. After removing one from five, it becomes four. But which elements to show in this on this tab, it gets confused. So I parked that issue like for 1 week, and then after when we actually released the code, then after I was having some time, then I thought, let's debug that issue, why that issue occurred. So after releasing our code, I fixed that issue. So key is very important actually. Never miss the key. It is not useless warning that they are giving. It is actually important.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll basically that error we can also have it here also. We'll just try to see if we can simulate that error here also. But let's finish the task first. Okay, let's understand the flow, how it's going. Create my stock alias is getting called because of the render. Okay, at this time I have the stocks. So first thing I'll do is get my stock array, which should contain two arrays. So so it got called two times. That is okay. It did not stop here. Anyway, so it's okay when it. So what is our next thing is, we want to show the current price. And why did it should have shown the current price. I click on my current row, my stock row. Okay. So let's see what is present in the current price. Let's load it again. I'll remove. This is called one time. Okay, and it called second time because the props is now populated. Initially props was empty array. So it is okay. It gets called two times. It's getting called three times now. Okay. Now we have current price and it's undefined. Actually, this is the problem. So what I'll do, I'll replace. So now let's replace this. Okay. Or let's do one more, another thing. We have response is error message. And what is the response here? Something. You see the network. What is the URL? URL is data type is equal to CSV. Okay. So just go to network, search for CSV, filter, search for CSV. Okay, this is the function. What is the response code? status code is 200, and in other cases the status code is not 200. Okay, so let's come here. Let's do some debugging here. Response debugger.
So what was happening actually? I didn't get it.
So you know that we have the constraint that our API can be called only 5 times in 1 minute.
Yes.
So what is happening is we are exceeding that limit. So what I'm trying to do is I am trying to put some error handling logic so that if the API fails, we will put some dummy value. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that our code does not fail because of the API failing.
Okay, but sir, why is it calling more than 5 times? I just need to call it only 2 times because the my stocks has only two stocks.
But we are refreshing it also, no? In just 1 minute, we are refreshing it also.
Okay, yeah, just for circular development you are saying. Okay.
Yes. So let's do it again. Okay, it gets stuck many times. So let's close this. Let's open it again. First open the inspector and then open the localhost 3000. We have empty array in the stocks, so it get got called. Then we have again empty array in the stock. So why was it called again? So okay, we'll optimize this later, not now. Let's move it. It's now fulfilled. Okay, so now let's go to my stock row. Put a debugger there. We already have, so we don't need to worry. Okay. My stock row, we had put the debugger. Didn't stop here. That means it's not calling that debugger. It's not getting called. But why should that happen? It can happen only that means it's calling here error. Go to console. We are not even seeing the error, so it's not coming in the catch also. So what is the problem? Just it is creating so much. Okay, now symbol is undefined. It should not be undefined. Symbol should not be undefined any issue, at any case. That is the problem. So stock URL will be also undefined. It will get the wrong URL. Response is course and response status is okay. Body is readable string. URL undefined. Okay. Response dot status is 200. Okay. Okay. Let's put a debugger here. Response is undefined. There was no error, but it wasn't okay. So first we need to fix why is stock undefined. Why is this stock undefined? Because we need to pass my stock row. My stock row gets the stock. Okay, get current price. Where are we calling? Okay, we are we are not passing. That is the problem. So we should pass it symbol dot symbol, stock dot symbol. Okay, stock we are getting from the props, and stock has a symbol property which we should pass here, and then it gets the symbol and it completes the flow. So that was that. Okay, now what is the problem? React use effect has a missing dependency stock dot symbol. Okay, so we need to pass the stock dot symbol here. I'll remove this extra developer. It's too much now. Suppose the status is 200. Okay, and what is any other property that we can take a note? So nothing else. Status text is also okay. We directed as false. Let's see what it, but it got an error. Here response was undefined. You should put one more debugger here also.
So we can directly do it in that line number 12, which we are doing in line number 16.
No, it does not happen. We cannot do. Okay, if you are saying let's see, but mostly it will not happen. Let's see. Okay, it will not happen now because response.text returns a promise. It does not return value, it returns a promise. And we need to call dot then over it, and then only we get the response. Okay. So, but as to make you clear that I'll show you that also. Status is 200. Okay. So let's see what does the response.text returns. Should I put in control? Should come to console. Response is this. Okay. And see what is the response.text. It's a promise. It's not a value. Okay. So we cannot do that thing in the line number 13. What we are doing in line number 16. Because it returns a promise, we need to call dot then over it. And then, and one more mistake we are doing, we are not returning that promise here. We should return that promise here. And therefore, this response is undefined. That is the problem why this response is undefined. Okay. So let's move again ahead. And this response is undefined because I'm not returning it here. I need to return that promise. Whatever I return, that gets available to the next promise when it gets resolved. So it returns this response.text returns a promise, and when that promise resolves, that value will be available to the next callback of the callback of the dot then to the callback of the then function that gets invoked on that promise. Okay. So this dot then it also returns a promise. The output of dot then function itself is a promise. And what does that promise resolve into? It resolves into the return value of the callback function of this promise. So basically, what I mean to say is, if I write, let's go to console. If I write here, x is x dot then, okay. Suppose x is some promise, and I'm writing y equal to x dot then y will also be a promise because x dot then returns a promise. It returns a promise. Like if I do 2 plus 2, it will return me a number 4. Similarly, the output of dot then is a promise. Okay, and what is that promise value? Whatever we resolve in the callback function, whatever we return here, respond.text, it is that promise, it is that value. Now this is itself a promise. It is not value, it is a promise. Okay. So when we call by dot then that value becomes available to us in the res. Okay. So it's like this. So now come here. So I'm thinking this session is becoming very good. So it will be very helpful for the other learners as well, I guess. Now we will have the response and then we will have the response dot split as well. Okay, let's save it. Okay, response dot text. Now I have the text value. I can do dot split over it and let's see what is the current price. Current price is 107.15. I'm just setting it and I have the current price value for the DIS and now I will have it for Amazon as well. Okay. Okay. Good. Now I need to calculate the profit and loss. And what is that profit and loss? It is just current price multiplied by number of shares, right? No. No, it is current price multiplied by number of shares. No, sorry, it is current price minus buy price multiplied by number of shares.
Yes. Sir, we have to just round it off the current price also. 2 decimal or 1 decimal.
Say again.
So we have to round off the current price also. Like if you're giving me 4 decimals, I have to round it up to 2 decimal or 1 decimal.
Yes. So I guess there is a math property for that. Math dot round 33.333. So say 2.2. It just rounds to integer. So how to?
So there's a function called 2fix.
What function?
2fix. 2fix.
To limit.
2fix. POFIX. Something like that.
Okay.
So you can Google it also. I'm not very sure.
So sorry, your voice is low.
I'm saying you can Google it, so I'm not very sure.
Okay, yes, I do remember there is a function to fix. We used to use it in the initial years to fix. Okay, in the initial years of JavaScript. Recently, I have not used it. Okay. To fix. So I have current price. So what I do is I do math pass float. Okay. I will do the pass float here and then I'll do. Then what happens generally if this is not a proper value, it will return me a NaN. Suppose I do parse float, some dummy value. It can happen. Okay. Then I cannot do to fixed. Do NaN only. So I need to check if it is not NaN. Parse float. Okay, is NaN. Current price. If it is NaN, then I just return 0. If it is not NaN, what I'll do? I'll return current price dot to fixed 2, and this is my set price. Okay. Now current price.
Is man the function?
You see again.
So what is man?
What is?
Is man line number 16?
Is then will just return true or false. Yeah, and if I do parse, suppose when I do this when I'm running this function response dot split backend dot split comma. Suppose if it does not return a value which is a number, it can happen that any garbage value comes, and if I do this dot split all this, then I can end up like this. I can end up like this, right? So it will return me nan. So I need to check is nan parse flow. First I'll write it down. So it will return me true. If not a number it is. So it is false. So I just want that, okay?
That's what I was asking. That is man is the predefined function.
So your voice is not coming very clear. Say again.
So I was saying that this is what I was asking. That is man is a predefined function, right?
Yes, is then is a predefined function. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever you are saying, I guess I'm not sure it will get recorded in the video or not. Let's see. Okay. Because I'm hearing, I'm putting a headphone, and its microphone will not listen your voice. Okay. So let's work on profit and loss. Okay. So what is the formula for profit and loss? Let's create a function for that. Const get profit. It should get you two things. It should take you three things actually: current price, buy price, and number of shares. It will return current price minus buy price multiplied by number of shares. Now buy price is a number, current price is a number. We need to make sure they all are numbers. It can happen that they are a string. It can happen. So we need to make sure that they are not a numbers. This is for sure not a problem because we are setting it. The buy price we need to make sure. Just see. Stock dot current price. No, this current price is current price. I don't need to pass current price. It will have its own. So I'll not pass it. Okay. So I'll just pass stock dot buy price, and so just fix this. I'm not sure. I'll not fix this. Stock dot buy price, and I'll pass stock dot number of shares you don't have shares. Okay. So I'm not pass it because this is already defined here. I don't need to pass it. So I already have it in the my current scope. I already have it. So I don't need to pass it from here. Okay. So it can return me not a number. So I just say, if suppose we get a not a number here. Then I'll pass 0. No, so I should make it some easier logic. I'll do that logic here, not there. It's not a number. Okay. I just want to reduce the number of lines of code. That's what I'm thinking. So suppose buy price is not a number, then what I'll do, I'll just number of shares also becomes 0. So let's write it properly. Let's fix this here only. Okay. Is so there is loss in both the cases. Okay. So can we stop for today?
Hello.
Yes, Rishabh. Should we stop for today?
Yes, sir. It is good, sir. But is the buttons are working? Just check that.
Let's check that. So when we click on that button, okay, we go to my stock. My stock, it will call this function. Handle delete. It will get the stock. Handle delete dot bind and stock. Stock dot symbol. And it is just taking the symbol only, then why should I pass the full stock? No, I need everything. So handle delete, in handle delete, I'm just saying symbol to be symbol, name to be name, and is user to be false, which is perfect. So which is good. And I should get a response of this. Okay. When I get a response, I want it to be removed from my stock list. That's what I want to do. So what I want to do, when I get a response, let's just log the response as of now. Response. So dot log response. And you are using Axios here. So we'll get response.data. Get to the property table. We have done it, so it should work. It will not work still because we have not updated, because when it gets removed, what we should do is we should go to stock wrapper. Okay, we should go to stock wrapper and we should say here fetch stocks again, then it will be updated. So it will not be removed from here. It is removed from the database, but it will not be removed from the UI. What we need to do, we need to pass this function set fetch stocks. Okay, so set fetch stocks, it is 0. So this is the my stocks function, update stocks. So I need to call update stocks. My stocks get update stocks also as a prop. Okay, where is my stock? This is my stock. I just this dot props dot, okay, 1 2 stocks. So I'll remove it out. Like I don't need to do it here. I can simply say in my handle delete. Okay, I will do it here. This dot props dot update stocks.
The same for the add stock component.
Say again.
Same for the add stock component also.
Same for the add stock function as well.
Yeah.
So add stock we did not work today. It is another component. We just worked on my stock today.
So add stock is completely fine, but after we add from the add stock, we should also remove from the UI.
Yes, say again.
So after we add any stock from the add stock, we should also
Yes, I don't know why your voice is not coming to me. Your voice is really not coming to me. Nothing is coming to me.
next time.
Okay, anyway, we'll just let's see the remove functionality is working properly or not. Okay, it worked properly, but it did not got removed because we did not update. But now when I refresh, it should work properly. When I refresh, we'll just see only one here. Okay, and if I okay, and if I do stop tracking, this will also get removed because we have updated the code. Okay. Okay, it does not contain the updated code, so it will not work. It should have the updated code. I did not save it actually. That is saved. Okay, I saved it. Now let us add a stock. It is not updated here. Let us update. Okay, let's close this and let's stop it. Git what you put. Okay, so you work on this. That when I click and it should update here. Okay, currently it's not getting updated. Currently I need to refresh. but we should not need to refresh. It should get updated directly. So what I'll do is I will not share this code with you. You have got the understanding, or do you want me to share the code?
For now, share me the code, but I have to see.
See again.
The for now, you just share me the code. I have to see and understand it.
One second. I'm just